The utilities have failed us. It's a resounding cry from residents, business owners, and visitors as Caye Caulker continues to grapple with intermittent power outages and shortage of potable water. This crisis could not have come at a more inopportune time when the island is alive with tourism activities. To make matters worse, the new year was ranging under the cover of darkness.
It is heartbreaking. Each and every investor, developer, and worker in this industry, we defer our special occasions. We defer Christmas, we defer Easter, we defer every special holiday that everybody else enjoys so that we can float this economy. Not only for Caye Caulker, for every supplier that we buy from. BEL, BTL, BWS, farmers, storekeepers. We put off our things with our family for us to have gotten here today as the most popular destination in this country.
While that distinction went to La Isla Carinosa back in November of last year, based on a popular internet poll, this morning visitors to Caye Caulker were leaving en masse. After booking reservations with various hotels and resorts on the island to spend Christmas and New Year's days in Belize, the guest experience, amid an electricity and water crisis, has left a lot to be desired.
As the representative and minister responsible for tourism, I believe that a lot more could have been done by the pertinent utility companies, no? But nonetheless, I said we have been communicating with them as we have with our local authorities over here. I believe that indeed BL particularly could have done better from the time we had the Lobster Fest, and they foresaw the needs and the problems with their generator and their utilities, but they moved a little too slow.
On January 1st, aside from the water woes already being faced, electricity on the southern end of Caye Caulker also went down. In the pre-dawn hours of New Year's Day, due to a high demand for electricity on the system, a third generator which was in use tripped as a result of an overload, plunging the island into darkness. That generator had burst into flames.
For the new year, we had all our units, our 3 units available, and we were managing the system pretty good. Like I say, when the fire started, that's when we ran into some problem. And after that, the other unit had this issue where we had to take it off to address the mechanical issue on it. And that's the cause of the whole issue. And since then, we have been working non-stop to get the units back. We managed to get them back. Like Dan said, we're not really comfortable as yet because we had to do certain things to get it back just to try and get power.
Restoring power to the island has been no easy feat for the company. However, returning to normalcy in the days and weeks ahead will prove equally challenging.
We are currently running them not at their full capacity because, as Mara mentioned just now, we want to be very careful that we don't overload any one of the 3 because we will continue to have, or we may have again, that effect that we've had over the last few days where we lose one, and the other 2 having to work so hard, get strained, and we lose another one. So we're very cautious right now on how we're operating those 3 of the 4 units. The 4th unit was there and has always been there as a backup, that when we do preventative maintenance every year on the 3 units, that 4th unit can take the place of 1. Unfortunately, we lost that 4th unit over a month ago, and the issue with not being able to put it back online is that we cannot source the parts as easily.
The explanation offered by the utility company, despite it being rationally persuasive, does little to assuage the concerns as well as the financial losses in the wake of the blackouts. So when will power to Caye Caulker be normalized?
This morning we had a conversation, or people are telling us by Sunday. Don is saying on the safe side we'll say Monday. And that brings up a very important concern that we have. We keep hearing on social media that BL is lying. BL has lied or not giving out the correct information. The information we give out, like the information we're giving out today, is the information we have on hand today. It's the best information that we can give based on the situation on hand today. So we're hoping, and we're having our fingers crossed, that that unit from Independence that will be trucked to Belize City, put on a barge and sent to the island will happen within the next 2 to 3 days. There could be some unforeseen circumstances that delays that another day. it doesn't mean that we have not been forthcoming with the truth.
According to BEL representatives, addressing the immediate issue of electricity demand on the island may take up to 4 or 5 weeks with the procurement and importation of equipment from overseas. Until then, overall losses in revenue are still being calculated.
What we believe we deserve is well before, as quickly as possible, a statement of understanding that we need to have 5 units, we need to have sufficient transformers, that BEL understands that, and that when something does go wrong, we'll be informed so we know that one of the 5 units is not working. And here's what we're doing to make sure that they work for the upcoming season. That's the only way for us to rebuild credibility with the international community and for the sake of the country and all of the hurt that has happened right now and all of the families on this island. And so I understand you have a claim process, but I think that for your reputation on this island, you need to consider something different with what you do with the billing for this month, for next month, or whatever it is that you show that you understand.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.